everywhere. You have to sit down and ask questions.
Hello, welcome. My name is Obendako. Welcome. Today I want to share with you a few industries that you can look at in businesses that you can think of. Sometimes people want to start businesses and they don't know which areas that they have to look at. And I want to share with you some of these industries that you can look at. So sometimes people want to start your own businesses, but they don't know which areas that they have to go into. One major one is agriculture. If you're in Ghana, for instance, agriculture, everything in between agriculture. Agriculture is like from production, that is on the farm, to anything in between, to even those that they take to the shelf, as they say them. There are things that two critical things that you can look at. Is it that you are going into production or you are going to trading? So anything that has to do with the production end, or anything that has to do with the selling, with the trading side. And the next one you can look at is processing. Is anything that you can process and take it to the market. So agriculture, as in the farming, the animals that they rear, the chicken, the cows and all those, the pigs, rabbit, everything, or cassava, coconut, all kind of things on the land, or anything in between. You can classify them as agriculture. Construction is a good area, and it's also very wide. You can go into construction or almost everything, especially houses and buildings, whether into renovation, construction company. You are going to build for government, roads, things like that. But in all this, I think the best place to build your business is where you have control. If you have to depend so much on tender and government, then if it works, you can also get into explosive, if you're ready to compromise a lot of things anyway. So that is construction. The other one you can look at, which has been some of it, is real estate. And real estate, you can, anything that has to do with real estate. Some people become agents, some people can just manage some property, some people get investments into real estate. They want to build their own properties and let's say sell them or rent them. Some people would want to develop their concept themselves. So anything that has to do with real estate. The fifth one will be finance. People, all kind of finance, from Susu, like my friend Odiainkan, to my friend, another one who is into finance as well. He lends money to small traders for interest finance. You can go into any kind of them for profit lending. That is finance for you. The other thing is media. So people are into media. Media, so social media, YouTube, TV, radio, when we were children, graphic, newspapers, all those. It's an area that you can build yourself up. It's a business area. It has a lot of potential as well. A lot of young men now are doing wonders with the abilities that they have with the media, just the media landscape. The other thing is the internet itself. A lot of businesses that are being run over the internet. What you need to know is your expertise and where you think your interest is and where you think there is demand. Where you think there is demand. There's another thing they call retail, which are also into that, picking some people's product and building a whole system or a whole infrastructure around it so that people come to buy it from you, or you take it to them to buy. Retail is another business. The other thing will be education. For instance, people are building schools, all kind of schools. Some people are even building websites to educate people over the website. So they build their own courses, and people go in there, sometimes even on demand, sometimes, direct one. All kind of things people are doing with education. So people are building JSS, primary school, creche, nursery school, universities. That's a whole area. But it doesn't matter how you start and where you're interested. Some people would want to go into health. That's another big area, from herbal medicine to paracetamol to all kind of things, or building clinics, building health centers, hospitals. If you want to be an investor there, or you want to run the thing yourself, it's an area that you can create a business. One of the key areas that I think we must pay attention as Ghanaians is mining. You know, there are a lot of regulations. If you come from an area where they have concessions, go and fight some, and build and start a mining company. They can call you Galamsey. Don't worry. If you scale up, if you grow, you'll be able to build something significant in that area. I don't think that we should just leave those areas for foreigners. I think that we must get involved. It's crazy, it's political, but we can create wealth without those areas as well. So we must look at that. Pharmaceuticals. You know, pharmaceuticals, what they call pharmaceuticals. it's when you're preparing. Some people have opened chemical shops, you know, and they do all kind of things in that terrain as well. It's an area that you can get into. Some people are into electronics. They sell computers, they sell TV, they sell blenders, all those kind of things, gadgets, home appliances. That's the key area that people go into. Some of these areas may cross. For instance, you are into retail, but you are defining yourself to say that I want to go into fashion retail. Like, some of them can overlap, but you are into retail, you want to go into retail, like as you know, fashion retail, or you're going to go into electronics, you know, so they cross. And the other one will be oil and gas. Get involved. They discovered oil here, and I hear much of it is being controlled by those who are not born on the land. So oil and gas. You see, the thing about business is that just get involved. Find a way to just understand the trade and start small. You never know where it will lead you in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years. You never know how it will lead you. If you're looking at companies like Melcom, Palace, ShopRite, you know, Jatasmet, Newmont, you can look at Peace FM, UTV, all these companies, Fidelity Bank, all these companies were started by individuals like you, like me, mainly, but they kept fighting. You know, I remember when we were in Opokwari School, there was this retail shop, they call it A-Life. You know, A-Life should be our ShopRite by now, or Melcom. You know, so there are a lot of things that we Ghanaians must look at. And so we have talked about some of them. We've given some of the examples. We are saying that you must go in, start small, and be determined to build beyond yourself. That's the psyche that you need. You are not going to build a business and put yourself there. You start like that, but you're looking at how do I replicate myself? How do I hire more people? If your business is not employing more people, then you struggle to grow and to scale. You want to grow a business, you either use structures or you either use human beings, either of them or both. But you must go with the psyche that I want to build something beyond me. You know, and when you talk of processing, for instance, you can go into water processing, you can go into all kind of processing, fruit processing, juice processing, all kind of things that people go into. You can go into flour, like my friend Mauli, he produces Tom Brown. You know, Tom Brown he mixes some of the cereals. He's built a great company for himself. Some people would want to go into commercial farming. Some people would want to go into fishery. That's the agric side, you know, and there's nothing that should stop us from getting into any of these areas. So my name is Obendako, and you don't have to do this only in Accra. You can do this in any part of our country. Any part of our country. So these are some of the businesses that you can look at. Some people would want to go into manufacturing, which is mainly in construction. You know, so Jatasmet is manufacturing in the construction industry. You know, some people want to go into manufacturing in let's say automobile. You know, they want to like or assembling. Like Kantanka, you know, some people would want to go into trading in construction, like KJC or like Atala. They trade cement, iron rods. Some people would trade in tiles, finishing of houses, you know, doors, air conditions, things like that. You know, so some people would want to go into selling of houses. Some people would want to go into manufacturing in fashion, you know, so like your manufacturing bags, slippers, you know, fashion accessories, jewelry. Some people would want to go into trading in those areas as well. So its business is open, but don't cut yourself, don't limit yourself. Some people are using physical outlets, some people are using non-physical outlets over the internet, but whatever it is, when you enter, you will learn and you will grow. So my name is Obendako. Today I talked about some of the areas that you can start as a business, and you can go into industries, and we need a lot of Africans to look at this, especially mining, pharmaceuticals, the manufacturing in these areas, construction. mining, fashion, oil and gas, automobile, technology. You can even go to education, retail, and we are talking about major retail businesses. We are talking about media houses that will change the content and shape the minds of our people. We are talking about building houses, affordable houses for majority of our people, so that we can reduce the kiosk concept, for instance, or financing. You can say that I want to go into finance and I want to finance businesses, I want to finance women, I want to finance young startups, I want to finance big companies, big projects. I want to make sure that people have access to millions of capital to build. This is what others are doing for the country, and we Africans must look at that. And we should never give up when we meet a lot of difficulties or pain or challenges or disappointments. It's part of building. So my name is Obeng Darko. I want to say thank you very much for taking your time to watch this. Thank you.